So it's now a pleasure for me to introduce our last IAC alumni speaker, Ioulietta Zindrou. She's coming from an earlier edition of IAC's programs, from the Master in Advanced Architecture program 2005-2006. Ioulietta has worked in several architecture firms, including Actar Architecture, Guayar Architects in Barcelona, and Cava Massi Architects in San Francisco. She currently leads Ahylo Studio, an awarded architectural design practice based in Athens that operates in every stage of design process from concept to construction. Today, Ioulietta will share with us a talk called Technopolis Auditorium and an Acoustic Device, which is a perfect example of her innovative and interdisciplinary approach to architecture. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome back.
Thank you. Well, hello. Thank you for having me here. It's like a big pleasure for me. It's a great opportunity. Sorry, I will have to fix that because I will do it on the old way, like reading. So it's a great opportunity to reflect on the years at IAC and after IAC. And it happens to me both emotionally and mentally, so it's a great opportunity. Thank you so much for that. And I've been listening to all these incredible people here with these incredible visions and ideas about architecture. And yet, when I look back at the environment outside, and especially in my country, in Greece, I see how resistant architecture is to change. It's so hard to change even a wall sometimes. So, but to create a unique space, a space that never existed, is what interests me. And I think that's really what architecture is about. Architecture is based on wonder. It's a story. It's a story of effort, a story of struggle against improbabilities. So Takis Zenetos, a famous avant-garde architect from the 60s from Greece, was stating that it would be possible to create hallucinatory states in space without taking hallucinants. Well, that's what it's about. So the design of the auditorium is based on the conception of the space as a complex, though elegant acoustic device. We crafted the space into a dynamic field through design innovations, technological applications, and material processes in construction and management towards an optimal passive acoustic space performance. Through advanced design and sound calculus and construction technology, algorithmic and material processes, a ceaseless dynamism between sculpturing and engineering has emerged. Conceptually, the auditorium was conceived as a place of creation and offer of cultural experiences, and is very linked to visual recognizable spatial stimuli and the concept of the identity of space. The space provokes an upgraded human experience as an attractive meeting place to be remembered, a spatial atmosphere of unparalleled aesthetics that evokes emotion, excitement, and tranquility. So the project refers to the renovation of the auditorium inside the cylindrical historical gas holder building of the Industrial Museum and the Cultural Park of Technopolis in Athens. And the pre-existing auditorium presented a series of space pathologies, as you can see, which we were called to evaluate and report and to prepare our proposal. So the design concept refers to the historical function of the industrial plant as a gas holder, whose interior tank was unfolding. I don't know if you know the mechanism, how it was working. So it was like an interior tank that was unfolding, supported by this still remaining metallic pillars, the sophisticated, very sophisticated design from the 19th century, 19th century. And it used to be, it was working as a place where to keep the gas, no? So the approach to the new internal void volume of the auditorium is that of a state-of-art cultural tank based on this historical function that the very building had. Hence, the auditorium is designated by the new interior folding and flowing topologies, the stage, the shell, and the kiln, and in the core, and inside the core of the historic tank. The materials used evoke comfort, and thus the topologies of flooring, which is natural oak, wooden oak, and hollow black carpets and seats are merged. Our aspiration with the project has been the establishment of the perceptions towards the civic necessity, the role that architecture can play towards this, and the integration of the technology towards innovative, sustainable, and elegantly built public environments. During the research that we conducted that preceded our design proposal, we witnessed the necessities that the building stock in Athens regarding the public auditorium spaces. So we witnessed the lack of innovative space quality and the deep necessity of the people to coexist in public spaces of the format of the theater. Thus, overall goals for the project were set as establishment of spatial identity, stimuli and design aesthetics, improvement of space functionality, optimized mechanical installation and construction ethics towards zero environmental footprint, passive acoustics of the architectonic space, and upgraded equipments, construction ethics and fabrication tools towards a circular economy, innovative design and design for all philosophy, an overall expansion of the cultural capital of the city, and of course the beauty of geometry and mathematics. The goals have been achieved, finalized in February 2020. The inauguration coincided with the lockdown. However, online events took place immediately on various occasions, like this one, like the ex-Prime Minister here giving an interview, which actually gave us to this very valuable feedback that a pro-COVID architectural design has been able to address new challenges based on the spatial identity as iconic and successful recognizable spatial depiction. So now, during the study, a set of goals, architectural and functional gestures were designed. New functional spaces around the core, rearrangement of the stairs to disseminate better the spectators, a significant rise of the stage to ensure optimal visual and acoustic comfort, and the decision to approach the ceiling as the main facade or the main view of the project. The specificity of the function at the theater leaves little space for innovation at the layout. However, the ceiling is the greatest opportunity for design aesthetics and design performance. The passive acoustics and the sound calculus has been our main concern to achieve all this. So the acoustic ceiling has been the biggest challenge due to installations and required a very high precision on the construction. The aesthetics have been on our main architectonic concern. The geometry of the roof consists of absolute geometric schemas, the circle, the hexagon, the triangle, and the, subject to symmetry, rhythm, and harmony. The beauty of applied mathematics and the three-dimensional geometry generated a grandiose experience, especially when entering the space. The roof strengthens the passive acoustics through geometric sound reflectors and sound absorbers. It's all oak surfaces that form prismatic pyramid clusters. It consists of 564 pieces belonging to typologies, subtypologies, and unique pieces or customly fabricated. The design provides the necessary volume per listener relationship through geometry and the balance between surfaces providing a unique acoustic experience. The design and fabrication of the acoustic panels were completely produced and approved in Greece. That was a huge challenge for us. First of all, because we had to design every piece in our office, to prepare all the production draft drawings. And it has challenged a lot the relationship between architecture, engineering, and production, especially in my country and exactly after the big crisis. So it challenged completely the economy. The reason why we did that, it was because it was impossible to import them because of the price and because of time. So I came to the municipality with a proposal that we actually are able to design them, the acoustic panels ourselves. So, so another challenge to overcome has been the adaptation of the existing concrete shell. We had the very shape of the plan is circular and not the typical conic that we find in theaters. And we also had these 7 existing pillars, large concrete pillars from the pre-existing building. So we have to scale them up, and we creatively camouflage them and form part of the space acoustic behavior. A characteristic gesture is the rearrangement of the stairs to disseminate spectators in a better way, in a more functional way, and the significant rise of the stage to ensure optimal visual and acoustic comfort. Technically, the stage has been a big challenge because underneath there are located the studios, the recording studios of the radio station of the city. So it was like a huge thing how to actually build that in a way that a performance on the theater will not create any problems in the recording studios. So specific sound absorbing systems and solutions have been applied. And even we conducted the geometrical research for the layout of the wooden floor, also based on the design of the ceiling. The stage background, which is a folded surface of acoustic panels, includes a hidden message. The distribution of the linear acoustic penetrations, we had the opportunity, because we designed and fabricated ourselves, so we had the opportunity to actually design them and not have this repetition. Normally they are in a very specific repetition, no? So we hidden there a message, which is a coded timeline of the history of the industrial park, our client, and he gives a deeper architectonic perception and a huge design opportunity. So around the core of the amphitheater, 2 new discrete foyers were designed, integrating support functions: the entrance green lobby and the first floor conference pink lobby. Well, just before our proposal, it used to be like a very boring, almost Kafka kind of thing, like an office, public office is like really extremely ugly. So I proposed to have like foyers there. And a characteristic feature is the creation of this vertical gaze between the foyer, the pink lobby, and the theater. In the video, you could see this zoom from these windows. So this architectural maneuver indicates the ability to perceive spaces holistically, and it was very important for me. It was like actually the first gesture in the project. So the design of the furniture, we did that. We replicated the main shape of the roof piece. So the sofas is the same shape of the main piece of the roof. And the tables as well, every table is different in both of the foyers. And we have used this old and almost forgotten technique of different wooden veneers stuck together. I'm sure you know about that, or I hope you know about that, because it's almost lost. And we created patterns that come from different spots from the general plan of the rooftop. So actually, how I see it is like the repetition in the service of the unrepeatable. The signalization of all spaces and the distribution guidelines to the hollow, we designed it with graphic elements that it was also part of our work, no? And again, we use for the schematization the replica of the main quadricular shape that emerged from the design ceiling, even for the bathroom signalizing, like it's upside down. So, and even the bathroom design, I took as a reference from the industrial function that I explained before, how the gas holder is working. So that was the design for the bathrooms. And closing, actually, I would like to say that this project, it was not just about an interior design project of an auditorium or a successful passive acoustic space. This project has been a successful application of the conception how we experience public space. It has been a series of creative metaphysical architectonic thoughts over the theater subject, from the ancient Greeks to the contemporaneity, an amazing design journey through concepts and values, and the harvest of engaging deep concepts and values. It's what gave this Doricism. And that is what makes the project beautiful, innovative, and beneficial. So thank you very much. I was fast. I was told to have 10 minutes, so I did it. Thank you very much.